YouTube. This is the final update of the go-kart. Major things have changed with the motor. That's pretty much it. I had completely redid the exhaust on this bad boy. As you can see, I'm using the CB400T I got over here. She's all taken apart, being worked on. But the guy who originally had the bike before me messed up on the exhaust. He tried to weld something that wasn't supposed to be welded together, so I had to fix that up. I went ahead and made a pie cut and bent the pipe out so I could have a muffler on it. And what this will do is, because of the pipe and how big it is, it resonates this motor and it makes it sound really good, nice and deep. It sounds like a bike, believe it or not. So, and you're probably wondering what this copper pipe is around the motor. This is just 1/4-inch copper pipe siphoning water through a tank. It's actually a gas tank from an old 2-stroke weed whacker I had. And gas cap has a built-in pressure release, but if that's not enough, this cap will just pop right out. It's just a little snug fit. And then a little pump to pump the water through, and then I just have my pipe wrapped around the actual the heat sinks of the motor head itself, and then the crankcase, of course. And then this is just an adapter for my 12-volt battery, and I also have a resistor I can run in line just to kind of act as a PWM to limit the power current, and I can always remove it if I want the pump to pump faster. So that's pretty much it with this. Other than that, I managed to add about 2 quarts of oil, which is almost filling the actual crankcase itself. And I'm worried about leaks, but leaks haven't been a problem of oil. If anything, it's just wet because of the lubrication I've been putting on the chain to keep it quiet. But I also want to tell you, I bypassed the governor. I removed the spring and the actual connecting rod from the governor arm right under there, going to the actual carburetor. So I cut that, and now there's just one linkage controlling the actual throttle itself. Yeah, I keep saying the actual a lot, but you know what, the actual, it's okay. So other than a Hemi head, dyno cam, bypass the governor, this motor is now built to the hilt, and it still looks like a stock Predator motor, with the exception of the exhaust, of course. But I'm gonna go ahead and give this a start up. Hopefully you can hear over the weed whacker over there, and just give you an example of how this sounds. And the reason why this is the last update is the funding for this project has stopped. I almost got a citation yesterday for riding around in my neighborhood, which is kind of bullshit because this is private. It's a private neighborhood, and there is the allowance of use of LSVs, which are low-speed vehicles, and this classifies as a low-speed vehicle. It's under 30 miles an hour. I mean, now it's not, but I'm gonna keep it under that. And 5-to-1 gear ratio I got going on here. It's got headlights, no tail lights, but eventually I was going to do that, and I was going to get it all ready to actually be driven around the neighborhood. But some police officer decides to tell me that he could give me a citation if I don't get back home. So that's it for this video, or I mean, not video, but the go-kart. Unfortunately, I couldn't even put fucking brakes on there. I mean, you gotta be shitting me. Some fucking police officer has to ruin your fun, right? And I think I know exactly what happened too. Like, why? Because this police officer. Okay, so I'll tell you the story. I was riding around in my neighborhood, and there's a main circle, and I'm riding around that, right? And there happened to be 2 cops, and keep in mind, there's cops all up and down this neighborhood, and I happen to be waving to every one of them, and they're cool. They're okay with me riding this go-kart around, but 2 of these cops happen to be the PD of the city itself, instead of state troopers and whatnot. And I look to my right down a street, and sure enough, there's a cop talking to this guy and his son, and they happen to be on dirt bikes. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, so these guys just got busted, and now they're gonna report me, and then this cop's gonna come after me. Well, I waited a couple hours. I went down out of my neighborhood to this local park, parked there, waited for about an hour, just doing whatever, making sure everything's tight on my go-kart, and came back in the neighborhood, and sure enough, there's 2 cops waiting for me, and one of them turned on his lights, flagged me down, and said, I could give you a citation for that. So I'm pretty sure I got ratted out by those guys, because they got busted of having fun too. And if they can't have fun, then why can I have fun? So It's this go-kart's on Craigslist, selling it for $350. Just enough to get my money back instead of making a profit, because I mean at this point I don't really care. This was a sick go-kart where it lasted. I was very pleased with it. It was a great project to work on. It only took me around 3 months, and unfortunately I didn't start posting about it until I got it all built, which was only just maybe a month ago. About around a month, 5 weeks. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and start this up. Enough jabber, so you can give it a listen, and that'll be it. All right, here we go. It's pretty much all I can do if I'm just not gonna risk it. Not gonna risk driving around. I do not want to get a citation. I am pretty pissed off about the cops, as you can tell. So, anyways, I appreciate it for watching this video. I'm just frustrated. I can barely speak right now. I got so much on my mind. So I'll probably end up doing an update with the motorcycle now, and probably a Baja mini bike. Get one of those in and start working on those and do the same thing I got going on here, but on a bike. But that's it for this go-kart. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.